You know, I don't mean this as an insult, but I'm starting to get the impression that when they first started working on this show, they didn't really know how to do this kind of string continuity approach. Because a lot of these episodes directly follow previous episodes and follow the events of previous episodes, so it's not like there's no continuity, but it feels like little slices of that same story rather than something that's a contiguous story. You know what I mean? I don't know, just an impression I keep getting. Like each episode just kind of ends on a weird note and then begins on a weird note, and then the usually pretty good. I have been requested to start saying which episodes these are, so in brief, this is the episode where R3 is discovered to be a traitor. Gasp. And also that R2 is being dissected by random dude who ends up getting killed by Grievous, and then they go to Grievous's listening post to rescue R2. I did actually enjoy this episode, not as much as some of the previous ones. Rookies is still kind of a high mark for me personally. I did kind of like the fact that R2 was able to do quite a bit, both in the previous episode and this one. Getting off his own restraining bolt was something that I found relatively impressive. I do wish... This is something that just about every work that isn't the original trilogy has a problem with. R2 is a little more dexterous than he probably should be, but I don't mind that because, in my opinion, he should be that dexterous. I mean, if you if you make a droid which is basically non-staircase amenable or whatever, then you have a badly designed droid. So it makes sense to me that he would have other little gadgets and gizmos that help him function. Anyways, I also have to admit that while I enjoyed this episode, I did not enjoy Grievous in this episode. Too many times Grievous is just disappointing, and something about that really bothers me. I always thought of Grievous as someone who was supposed to be this immeasurable badass when it came to lightsaber combat. Maybe he's not a good tactical genius. Lord knows his tactical acumen hasn't been impressing us so far, and all he seems to do is run away from things. But at the very least, he should be able to crush someone in lightsaber combat, and yet he just toys with Ahsoka. Ahsoka, who at this point in history, I can't imagine even being a match for Grievous, let alone actually being able to do anything against him. And then, of course, yeah, there's this scene, which I just can't believe it happens, where Grievous is basically in the middle of a cat-and-mouse duel with Ahsoka, pauses to openly admit to R3, "Yes, you are my agent, give me all your intel." I don't understand why that scene is there. Like, I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, that's to reveal to the audience that R3 is a traitor. First of all, anybody with a brain has already figured out that R3 is a traitor. Second of all, literally the next scene is a reveal about R3 being the traitor when he traps Skywalker and the others. So, now, for my various complaints, I do want to say that seeing R2 and R3 duel was actually rather enjoyable. If anything, I kind of wish more of the episode was spent on that. Just R2 and R3 fighting each other, rather than like Ahsoka and Grievous. Just like eject the Ahsoka Grievous side and bring in R2 and R3 instead. I think that would have been much more awesome. Anyways, not much more to add. See you next time, guys. Cool.